Power does not always roar. Sometimes it whispers. While empires rose through conquest and kings ruled through force, there was one man who taught a different path, a path of stillness, invisibility, and subtle control. Lao Tzu, the sage of the Tao, revealed a hidden power, emptiness, not weakness, not passivity, but a force so subtle it bends the world without effort. Where others force, the master flows. Where others dominate, the master disappears. And through disappearance, he rules. Today, we descend into Lao Tzu's hidden philosophy to uncover how emptiness becomes strength and why the greatest power is often unseen. To understand Lao Tzu's philosophy, we must begin with the Tao, the way. The Tao is not a god, a law, or a doctrine. It is the underlying current of existence. It moves all things without resistance. Lao Tzu observed that everything in nature has power not through control, but through alignment. Water carves mountains not by force, but by following its nature, flowing where resistance is weakest. The powerful man, Lao Tzu said, does not stand against the river. He becomes the river. This is the root of Taoist power. Do not fight the world. Move with it so precisely that the world seems to move around you. Where others burn energy to control, the wise conserve energy to command effortlessly. Central to Lao Tzu's teaching is Wu Wei, often misunderstood as doing nothing. But it is not idleness. It is strategic non-interference. The sage does not act recklessly. He waits, observes, moves at the perfect moment, imperfect alignment. Like a general who wins without battle, Wu Wei is the art of applying minimum force at maximum effect. It is the strike that lands because it was timed, not forced. In politics, leadership, or war, this is psychological mastery. You do not resist the opponent head-on. You allow their weight to collapse them. You remain still until movement becomes inevitable. This is why Lao Tzu says, by doing nothing, everything is done. It is not weakness. It is power concealed in patience. Lao Tzu constantly uses emptiness as a metaphor for strength. A wheel works because of its empty center. A cup is useful because of its hollow. Rooms are defined not by their walls, but by the space within. Power, too, functions through emptiness. The man who has no fixed shape can never be struck. The leader who does not flaunt control can never be overthrown. The strategist who conceals his intent cannot be countered. Emptiness is flexibility. It is unpredictability. It is invisibility. While the herd fills itself with noise, opinions, and ego, the powerful remain empty, adaptable to any form, untouchable by attack. Lao Tzu's most famous metaphor is water. Nothing in the world is as soft and yielding as water. Yet nothing can better overcome the hard and strong. Softness, flexibility, patience, subtlety seems weak, but over time, it erodes mountains, infiltrates cracks, and reshapes the world. The hard breaks under pressure. The soft endures. Empires built on iron crumble. But the river flows eternally. This is Lao Tzu's hidden power. Do not meet force with force. Let the world exhaust itself against your softness, and then reshape it when it tires. Lao Tzu's philosophy of power goes beyond the individual. He describes the ideal ruler as one who is barely seen. The best rulers are those whose existence is barely known by the people. He leads not by command, but by creating harmony so subtle that the people believe they led themselves. This is power at its highest form. Control without visible control. No threats, no displays, no ego. just invisible influence that moves through systems like water through stone. The weak ruler must shout, the strong ruler whispers, and the world bends to listen. In a world addicted to noise, ego, and force, Lao Tzu's teaching seems alien, but it reveals a timeless truth. The strongest forces are often the quietest. Emptiness is not absence. It is potential, a space where all forms can emerge. When you empty your ego, no attack can land. When you empty your plans, no one can predict you. When you empty your need to control, the world begins to flow through you. This is why Lao Tzu's power is hidden, because most seek strength through domination. The wise find it in disappearance. Lao Tzu never raised an army. He never ruled an empire. And yet, his words have shaped empires more deeply than swords ever could. The strength of emptiness is not about retreat. It is about ruling without being seen, influencing without forcing, enduring without breaking. True power is silent, and the one who becomes like water becomes unstoppable.